Hello everybody, and this is Jess with Terror Tuesdays. Hopefully I'll be able to continue this series because it's really fun to make. I just want to start off by saying the little surprise that I promised you in the previous video, I don't think I'm going to be able to do because I don't have any of the materials that I thought I did. Apparently everything I had before either got completely destroyed, is dried out, or just unusable. So hopefully I'll be able to get that video out to you sometime later. But now that's pushed to the side and out of the way, I would like to talk to you about Wes Craven's A Nightmare on Elm Street. In 1984, A Nightmare on Elm Street was blessed onto this earth of wonderful creation. Now, if you can't tell, I love A Nightmare on Elm Street. The whole dream demon thing is just that's awesome. They don't make original movies like that anymore, and everything's a reboot. Speaking of reboot, I wanted to touch on the subject of Blood Feast this time, but I wasn't able to watch the original one again to get a better view and better thought on it because I don't remember hardly anything about that movie. It's been a long time, but apparently they're going to remake that too, and I'll watch that and do that in another Terror Tuesday to tell you how I feel about that and if it's going to be worth their time. Now, on to my awesome Nightmare Night. Now, there have been 8 movies. 8. Not including the 2010 version with my old friend Warshak as my night demon, who I thought was going to do pretty darn well, and ended up kind of giving me this weird Batman feel to it. Like the whole... They just made this more pedophile version of him instead of that dream demon that we were all looking for. At least I was looking for anyways. And I don't want to get too much on that because I just almost refuse that that movie even existed. I was really hoping for something good, seeing as the times have changed and maybe animation was better, but no, things from the 80s were way better animated and so much more in depth and realistic instead of this random CGI vomit. Just vomit. CGI vomit. That is what this movie is about. But aside from that horrible catastrophe, I'd like to move on to the best of all 8 movies, and that would be number 3, and that is Dream Warriors. And if you disagree with me, I would love to know why in the comments of why the 3rd movie is not the best, because it totally is. But if you have a good explanation why, then totally go for it. I love the 3rd movie. It's so empowering and so awesome, and just it has all the elements of the fun and the funny, the horror, and just it gives you that more realistic feel of touching with your fears and stroking them and telling them it's not going to be okay, and then you get all shuddery and and I love it. So that's my favorite. Of course, I do love all of them. And what made me think about it is not only that the reboot, or the remake, I guess, from the 2010 version was coming out April 30th of 2010, and it's still April, and it's almost April 30th. That, and I recently watched a anti-smoking commercial that made me giggle, and that was by, what was her name? WTF LOL. You should totally watch it. Maybe I'll try to find it again so I can put the link down below. But it's really goofy. I loved it. It honestly though, if it was against smoking, because he says smoking's not cool, but if I smoked and smoking turned me into a BA like he is, then I might have continued if I did, but I don't, because I listened. Just kidding. But yeah, it was about 2 minutes long, and it was just silly, and it made me go, you know what? Terror Tuesday, that's what that's gonna be about. My awesome sweater wearing silly guy. Um, as of products for him, they don't really have too much on the market. I mean, now that horror movies are actually getting a little bit more popular, where for a while there I thought nobody cared about horror movies anymore, which, killed me. But now they're remaking all of it, so hopefully we'll get a better one sometime, and maybe we can get a new movie. But so far, the only things I've seen are mostly his hat, which 90% of the time it's made from this weird foam. His sweater in male and female. Apparently, Freddy Krueger can be very sensual, as I've noticed. And his classic knife glove, um, which I've seen range from $50 to like 15, but that's all in the quality. I thought I had one around here, but I am sadly mistaken, but I need to get my grubby little fingers on those. They have some signs and stuff like that with his face on it, but honestly, I just think those are plastic pieces of crap. Unless you really, really want it, I would probably just pass. As far as the pop figures, in a different video that I had where I talked about Groot, now the smaller pop figures are extremely addictive, so especially if you're a horror fanatic like I am and you have to get all of them of everything, then you're gonna love these, because not only are they probably the cheapest horror paraphernalia thingies you could get, but they are also extremely adorable, because look at that little guy, look at that. How can you say no to that little pedophile? He's so cute, you little Christmas sweater wearing bastard. But anyways, yeah, he I got him a long time ago, before I even knew about pop figures were super popular. I got him and a few other ones, but they still have them out there, don't worry about that. And a new thing that I just found, that other places have been trying to sell them for a ridiculous amount. And I went to a comic book store out in Salem, and I found it for a lot cheaper. And I was really excited because, you know what? I collect things a lot, and I collect expensive things, whatever. I'm a pushover. I'm weak. I know this. And I saw this Nightmare on Elm Street, and I was tempted to get it the first time. This is what the box looks like. Not only is the packaging awesome, but the actual figure itself, and there's some pictures of it, is pretty awesome. I don't know if I'm going to take him out of the box or not. It depends on how I want to display him. But there he is. Ta-da! And he's got little different faces and stuff like that. And I think it's pretty cool. And he's also got the phone where he tongues. Here you go. Maybe you can see it. I don't know. But I think it's pretty cool. He's also got the chopped off fingers with the goo coming out. But, I thought he was pretty cool. He's a pretty well done figure, and he's an action figure, because I can tell just by the look of him that he's posable. I only paid $24.99 for him. Other places will try to sell it for like $40. $40? Are you kidding me? No. Bad establishments. No, I will not fall under your greedy grasp. Maybe, but not to this. So this you can pretty much find at any comic store, as far as I've seen, and I've gone through Michigan, Massachusetts, and I don't know about Kansas. I haven't seen any of those here, but you can pretty much find them anywhere. I'm sure online you can probably find them for $20. So that made me happy to find them cheaper. And I'm sorry, it's the 30th Anniversary Ultimate Freddy by NECA. Why does NECA own like everything now? They're trying to take us over. They're like Disney. What if they're in cahoots with Disney? I totally believe it. I totally believe every company is in cahoots with Disney. Anyways, that's pretty much my spiel. A Nightmare on Elm Street is an awesome movie, and if you haven't seen all of them, I suggest you make a day and binge watch all the movies and laugh and pee your pants all at the same time in fear and terror and hilarious joy. I'll see you probably tomorrow, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Terror Tuesdays. Like, subscribe, comment, tell me what other videos, movies, TV shows of any sort of horror type that you can suggest for me on Terror Tuesdays, or tell me I'm wrong and that I have no idea what I'm talking about. Whatever the case may be, like, comment, share, subscribe. Bye. Hope your day is wonderful and terrible at the same time, but mostly wonderful. Bye, guys.